Hello and welcome to the Tom's Talks podcast. In this podcast, I have the absolute pleasure of sitting down with some incredible people from all different walks of life. Reality stars, entrepreneurs, business people, sports stars, all that have their own fantastic, unique journey, and we'll delve into the highs and the lows of their life and how they've got to where they are today. Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with Tom Clare, the recent winner of the Love Island All-Stars. Tom is somebody that I've known for over 10 years. He's such a phenomenal guy, grounded, humble in everything that he does. In the episode, we talk about the highs and lows of Love Island, the release from his hometown football club, Barnsley, and also how he's dealing with life day to day and the ups and downs of social media and then everything in between. Enjoy. So, mate, life's got a little bit different for you in the last year or so.
Bit mad, yeah.
Bit crazy.
Yeah.
It's changed. What was it, January last year? Things changed a little bit.
Yeah, obviously you've known me. How long have you known me now?
Since I was 18.
18, yeah.
And what you're 24,
24.
so
Yeah.
You're 4 years below me.
Yeah.
So yeah, a long time.
I'm just trying to work out in a sense.
Yeah. My maths is not that good.
Mine didn't. But yeah, life's changed. It's just completely spun. But I love it. Like, I'm so grateful for everything that's come with it. But yeah, it's been got some stories. But yeah, it's been mental. It's been all good stuff though.
Yeah, you told me a few of those stories.
Yeah, mad.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
So talk me through then. Obviously, life's changed drastically.
Yeah.
In the last year. So January 2023, you went on the first series of Love Island, which obviously changed things from there. And then you went on the All Stars, which was January this year.
Yeah.
And won it.
Yeah,
which
mad.
is mental.
Yeah.
You know, with Molly.
Yeah.
Things are going well.
Really well.
Good,
Yeah,
good
she's
class.
stuff.
But I want to know, because you've had a bit of a backstory before that. Obviously, football is your passion.
Yeah.
Football is your life.
Yeah.
Talk me through what life was like growing up. Obviously, we met when I was 18, so you'd have been 14, which sounds crazy.
Weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's mad, yeah.
But talk me through what was life like growing up for Tom in Barnsley.
Life was good. I had obviously, you know my mum and dad very well. The two nicest people I know.
Dad's a legend.
Yeah, he is, bless him. No, I had me and obviously my sister Laura, obviously, it's obviously all my sister's ex-boyfriend, but me and you have always had a very good relationship. And but no, I've had a brilliant upbringing, family. Obviously, I've never been without or anything like that, but I've never kind of had stuff given to me. Like, I've always worked for what I wanted, and yeah, I've had a great upbringing. My childhood very happy, great friends, and yeah, my mum and dad. Obviously, my dad, you know what he's like. He's like the nicest man ever. He'd do anything for anyone. So yeah, for me now, it's my time to repay them now.
Yeah, I love that, mate. I love that. But it was football, wasn't it? That was your
Yeah.
first real passion. Was it Barnsley that you played at initially?
Barnsley, yes. I was at Barnsley from 7 to 18. Loved it there. Even like my dad used to come to all my sessions and my games and stuff. But yeah, football my passion. It still is my number one passion now. Even since since I started playing. So, but yeah, started at Barnsley. Loved every minute there, and then for whatever reason signed my first professional contract at Bradford City.
So what happened then at Barnsley then? Because you've been from Barnsley for all those years.
Yeah, it was.
What was that like leaving the club?
It was tough. Yeah, I think obviously you knew me back then. I was still like a big guy, but I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think people forget that I was still a kid, and
You lived a lifestyle back then with the
yeah,
pizzas and stuff.
yeah. And
I remember.
go on.
I remember one night I came in.
Don't know what you're gonna say.
And I'm like, "Are you playing tomorrow?" You're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What are you eating that shit for?"
Mate, my diet was atrocious. Like,
Sure, you used to have pizza every night for tea.
Pizza, onion rings, mate, everything. But then I soon switched and realised you can't do that.
What age was it that you sort of realised, right, if I'm going to take this shit seriously, then I need to book my ideas up with my nutrition?
I think because I was, obviously, back then, I was tall. I used to get away with a lot more, being tall and physically. And then, yeah, I think I soon, probably, then I went to, basically at Barnsley, I don't know, I was a kid back then, and I feel like even criticism and stuff like that, I didn't really take very well. Probably had a bit of an ego. probably thought I was the man. Do you know what I mean? I probably did, looking back. And then I went to Bradford. Still, probably had a bit of an ego.
So you were 18 when you went to Bradford?
18, yeah. And then I weren't really getting in the first team there. Went out on loan.
Where did you go on loan?
A team called Boston, non-league.
So did you then, from being at Barnsley, then you still living at home, you then played at Bradford at 18.
Yeah.
Were you earning an income that could provide you to sort of live on your own, or were you still living at home at this point?
No, I still live at home. My first professional contract, what was I on? Probably about, I can't remember. It was peanuts.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because that's a misconception I think a lot of people have with
100%.
football. Like, they see obviously your Premier League players and your your Championship players. They're all on wedges of money, and you think as a youngster, I'm sure you might have thought the same, that as soon as you signed that first professional contract,
where's 100 grand, baby?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But that wasn't the case. I was on peanuts.
Yeah.
So I just realised I had to work hard. I had to sacrifice a lot of stuff. Soon got like I said, I think it was just about mindset really, and dropping the ego, cutting people out that shouldn't be around me. A lot of that stuff happened, and I think I slowly then matured into probably who I am now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I had to go through all them like shitty times, which there were sometimes in football. It weren't all rainbows and stuff. I had to go through them times, and then.
Do you think that's giving you the resilience that you need now? Because, we obviously had a conversation not long ago, didn't we, to say that, life's great at the minute, but it's still ups and downs, isn't it?
100%.
Life's not all sunshine and rainbows, like you said.
And I think it's an important message. Like, people think me, obviously, big lad, come off Love Island. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know, obviously, maybe even like yourself, like, people do have mental health issues and anxiety and depression, but touch wood, luckily, I've never had any of that, so I'm very lucky in that sense. But people see me, big guy, Love Island, think, oh, he's happy all the time. But that's not the case. I have my days.
Yeah.
Like, even this morning, like, I woke up feeling a bit shit.
What did you put that down to?
Like, sometimes I just, like, I don't know what it is. I think it's exercise,
Yeah.
I think.
Did you implement the things we said?
I have. I've started to do it, yeah. Little bits.
Yeah.
Especially with my phone. Because,
and how have you found that?
Yeah, better, like, obviously waking up and not going straight on my phone. So, like we spoke about, you get up, especially the industry I'm in, you go on your phone. I could see 100 negative comments. I wake up and I see it, I'm like, fuck this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, just having that time to come round, and I haven't done it every day, I'll not lie, but I've gradually tried to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt better. But like I said, people think big guy, Love Island, it's amazing. And like, you got to think of it as this, like, people never post the bad days on Instagram. You probably spoke about this. I've seen it in your TikToks actually. Like, people always post the good, but don't get me wrong. I have my days where I'm like, fucking hell, I can't be arsed today.
Yeah.
Like, I have them days, and it's normal to feel like that.
100%. Is there anything that you do or put in place when you're in those days so that day doesn't continue as a bad day? Is there anything you sort of think, right, today's not great, I'm going to pick myself up, brush myself off and crack on? Like, what do you sort of put in place on those days, or if any day, just to sort of set yourself up for the right day?
I think, like, obviously I have a very good family around me, small group of friends, an amazing girlfriend in Molly. Like, I've got my circle, and I don't let anyone else into that circle. Yeah. I don't trust anyone. Like, I really don't. But I think exercise.
Do you think you've always been like that though? Or do you think that's because since this whole next journey of your life has started? I definitely
had that in my head a little bit, but I think especially now, and especially the industry that I'm in, you can't trust anyone.
Yeah.
And I've seen. Obviously, I won't speak about it on here, but I've seen a lot of things, or I've seen a lot of people maybe slag other people off in the industry. Then I see them at events and they're all pally. I'm like, so you're slagging him off, but what are you saying to them about me, type thing? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and I think exercise, I know it helps you a lot as well.
Definitely.
You start to get the endorphins after it. Like, today I felt shit, did a run.
How far did you run?
I only did about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So
So you ran about 10k.
No, I literally, I couldn't be arsed. Like, I woke
Yeah.
up, I thought, no, I'm going to do it. Did 20 minutes. Not an intense run at all, just...
But you did something.
Yeah, that's it.
Something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I always say that no matter how tired you're feeling, no matter how groggy you are, no matter how bad the day's been, just do something.
I think the hardest bit is actually getting yourself... It's not doing it, it's like getting yourself to... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's to start the
hardest
habit.
bit.
It's to start the habit
Yeah.
that's the hardest thing. And it's like the example of going to the gym. You know, if you set yourself the intention of going to the gym, then make it as easy as possible to get to the gym.
Yeah.
For example, if you go to the gym in the morning, then make it as easy as possible to get out of the house to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So do everything the night before, delay the gratification.
100%.
So lay your gym clothes out,
Yeah.
prep all your food before.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is put your clothes on, turn the key,
Yeah.
get to the gym, and then also make sure that the gym is on the way to wherever the next destination is, whether that's the office, whether that's
Yeah.
your first meeting,
Yeah.
whatever it is, just make it as easy as possible. To make a habit doable, you
Yeah.
have to make it visible and you have to make it easy.
Yeah.
So those would be my tips in able to do that. But like you said, once you get through the door, you start doing whatever it is, you're off
And you feel
you're
so much
away.
better after it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you have in place then that you think helps you with just generally day-to-day life, your mindset, or again, when you're going through a particularly bad day that just helps that bad day get a little bit better?
I think like actually realising how lucky I am and being grateful for like who I have around me, my family, and sometimes my problem, I can't be asked going for a run. I'm down about it, but I think so like other people have so many worse problems than that. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like even like my girlfriend Molly, like today, she's like, "No, come on, you can do it." It's like little stuff like that. We bounce off each other like that, and
It's good that you've got that support
it
network.
is, yeah. But
Do you practice gratitude then?
not really, no.
It sounds like you've sort of got it subconsciously though by
Yeah.
just saying those things, you know.
Yeah.
If you're saying, you know, oh, I can't be arsed today, but so what? Like, so many people have got it worse off than me. Let's just get on with it and crack on.
And then after it, you just feel,
Yeah.
obviously it's the endorphins, isn't it? You feel
Yeah.
so good, but it is literally just that. If you ever want to go out for a run, it's the getting out of bed or getting ready.
Yeah.
Like me and probably a lot of other people, that's the hardest bit. When you're actually doing it, you're like,
Yeah.
sound.
So just take me back to the football days
Yeah.
then. Do you know the day that Barnsley Football Club told you that they weren't signing a professional contract with you?
Tough. Yeah.
You were 18?
Yeah, my dad was at the side of me. Probably haven't really spoke to my dad much about it, but he was at the side of me, and I've been there all my life. I was always, in my head, I was always going to be a footballer. So, you know, that was my goal. And yeah, when they turned around and said no, first I thought, oh, fuck this, like, why? Like, but then I slowly, over the years, realised that I cut corners. That was it, and you can't cut corners. You get caught out very fast in life or in football. You get caught out very quick. But yeah, I cut corners. And like I said back then, I was like, oh, stuff them then. Why have they not started? And looking back now, I was like, no, like I didn't do the little things right to get to where I wanted to be. But yeah, I think I wouldn't change any of it. Like, I'm so glad I went through those times. But yeah, that was, especially my dad sat at the side of me, that was a tough day.
Were you not expecting that then?
I think I had in my head, not that I wasn't expecting it, but because I had such an ego, I was like, I'll be fine. Like, if they don't want me, someone else will. But no, it was, probably just had a bit of a chip on my shoulder, a bit of an ego back then. And I think looking back then, I wouldn't have liked me. Do you know what I mean? If I was like around someone, I wouldn't have liked that.
I was trying to think to myself the other day, because I remember when obviously I started going out with Laura, I remember you were always you were quite, not shy, but
Yeah, probably was.
You weren't as interactive as what we are now.
Yeah,
Obviously that comes with age, doesn't it? And I was trying to pinpoint it in my head. I'm like, what?
I remember looking at you thinking, fuck hell, look at this big looking guy in my house. Like, I was the man of this house, do you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what I mean?
And I'm like, he's fucking eating pizza. Yeah,
you veg boy.
I was thinking to myself, what age do you think that, you know, you've obviously gone through that difficult period of being let go by Barnsley, which, you know, I can imagine how hard that must have been. And then at that time, you're like, oh, fuck them, you know, I'll do it. I can get over this. I'll sign with somebody else. At what point in your life? Because that's obviously you're 18 and you're still 25 now, you know, still very young in the grand scheme of things. To realise that still now, it takes a lot to admit that to yourself. But at what age do you think that sort of transition happened, where you started thinking, you know, maybe I didn't do enough, or I wasn't quite there?
Probably say around 22.
Right.
Yeah, I think obviously playing on, I had to grow up very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast. I had to mature quick, and I think obviously people see me 24 years old, they think, oh, young guy. Yeah, I am young, but I've
got a mature head on your shoulders, definitely.
Like, I know what I'm doing, I know where I want to be, and in that period back then, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say around 22, I kind of realised, like, gave my a bit of a kick.
Do you think as well, like, I know, and I love what you said earlier, like, you don't regret anything that's happened? Because I think as well, like, you know, your life in the last year has just gone, like madness.
Yeah.
And I remember when, it's quite embarrassing, but I remember when I thought I was going on Love Island and they never put me in. And like, even at that point when I thought I was going on, I was like, this is it now.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking man.
Yeah.
And obviously, look, like yourself, you know, you've got Laura, your mum and dad.
Yeah.
You've got a very good, close network around you. I was glad at that point that I had the people around me that like brought me back down to earth.
You need that. Yeah.
Definitely. How's your relationship with your mum and dad and your sister? How has that sort of transformed and changed things, or made things how they are since that point of that first series of Love Island? Has there been any kind of conversations just to say, you know, what are you doing, or what's happening, or anything like that?
There was, I think obviously with my family, we have a very, very good, like, very, very good relationship. Especially with my sister, we speak every day. Me and my sister, obviously you know Laura very well, but we speak every day. We're so close, and my mum and dad, I know how much time and effort they've put into me and Laura. So yeah, no, we have a great relationship, and even when I'm back at home, I go back home and it's nice to switch off and put my phone away and have, like, it's my dad's 60th birthday in June. Yeah.
Oh man.
So we're all going away. Molly's coming with us as well.
Where are you going?
To Maldives.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So it's like stuff like, to give that stuff. Like it's been my mum's dream to go there.
Oh, I love that.
And to see, like, bless her, I told her I was meant to be doing something with work around that time. Changed dates now, but. I said to Mum, I said, oh, we're going Maldives now. She teared up a little bit. I was like, that's what I do it for.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
100%.
That's what to me, they're the kind of the only people that matter, really.
Because without them, you wouldn't be where you are now,
I would not be here, yeah. I could have, I don't know, maybe if it were different people, I could have. So you know me, I've got a cool head on my shoulders, but obviously when you have that high from Love Island, I've seen it happen. I have seen it happen. People. Egos go like that.
It happens.
Like I've seen it in life as well.
You're probably the only person I think I know that's been on the programme, as well as I do. Like I've had brief conversations with a few people, and again, you can't really judge a book by its cover. You're only seeing what Instagram shows you, but you think like, maybe that it's got to the head a little bit. But I know from the very first time that I saw you since you came off Love Island, I know for a fact it's not got to your head, and I know that you're very humble still. You've got a very good head on your shoulders, and I know I can see that's come from your mum and dad and the upbringing that you've had, and the fact that you now see this as an opportunity to give back to them and the people that you love is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, it's nice to see, mate. Yeah. It's good. It's brilliant.
No, it is. It's like I said, I've seen it in the industry. I've seen what a few followers can do to people. I've seen what a few likes can do to people, and I've seen what lengths people will go to to get these followers, to get these likes, to backstab people. I've seen it. Don't get me wrong, I've got some really good friends in the industry, but there's a lot of people in the industry that I know and I keep my distance from. They're not like me. So yeah, it can be a very, very toxic place at times. Like I said, people see Instagram, people posting stuff, and like nobody posts the bad days. No. And then I get it, and I feel like even for the younger generation coming up, social media can be a very, very toxic place. they'll see all the cars and the holidays and the stuff like that, and they'll be like, "Why I need that?" Do you know what I mean? And it's not, Instagram's not realistic.
It's not real life, is it?
No, it's not.
And that's the thing. I think people don't understand that no matter who you are, no matter what platform you're on, or however many followers you've got, all that stuff,
We're all the same.
We're all the same inside. And we had this conversation, didn't we? And I said, you know, I very rarely get negative comments.
Yeah.
And you were very surprised because of obviously the platform that I'm trying to promote and within mental health awareness. And I was like, I still do get negative comments.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
And it still affects me though.
Yeah, it will.
And it'll be the same as you. I'm guessing, like, you know, looking at somebody on Instagram with a big smile on their face and they look like they're living it up, which you are.
Yeah.
But
I have my days when I'm like not.
But words still fucking hurt.
Yeah, 100%.
Still hurt. No matter who you are or how big and hard or clever or how well you do in life, somebody says something to you, it still hurts.
Yeah.
And it's easier said than done just to think, oh well, I'll just ignore it. But I saw something the other day that you said, and you hit the nail on the head. And just remind us what that is. You said when someone says a negative comment, how do you deal with it?
I think there's a lot of ways. Obviously, when we spoke about it, like, I remember you said something, well, like, you kind of feel sorry for the people because for them they must be having a really bad day or going through a tough time. To get the phone out and type something off. This is shit. This is shit.
Yeah.
I can't get my head around that.
No.
Don't get me wrong, like, obviously you will as well, and I get so many amazing positive comments, me and Molly, but you always seem to see the bad one. But to me now, I have learnt to block it out, and it is just background noise. But yeah, don't get me wrong, like, even when I come off this last time of the All-Stars one, I was getting a few little bad comments, which is normal, but you still see it and you're like, oh, that's shit.
But then you see the person that's written the comment, they don't even have a profile picture.
Yeah, and it's mad.
And then you're all getting wound up at yourself. So like, why am I getting...
Why is this guy saying I'm like shit to do? You know what I mean?
Why am I getting annoyed at this comment? The guy's not even got a fucking profile picture.
I think it's bad. I think they need to put something in place on social media that
definitely
the account needs to be very, like, something like that. Do you know what I mean?
You should have your
passport or something.
You should, when you set up an account, or if you've already got an account set up, you should have to verify the account by your ID or your passport, because, you know, we're quite fortunate in the sense of we don't really get that much negativity towards the brand that we have, but you get some people that get a lot.
Oh yeah.
And I say this in my talks, Caroline Flack.
Yeah.
You know, not that I ever advocate for domestic abuse, and you know, again, I don't know what happened in that scenario, but whatever happened, I don't agree with the fact of how much abuse that she got, and very, very sadly, she obviously took her own life.
Yeah.
And I always say, in a world where you can be anything, just be kind, because you never know what somebody is going through.
No.
You can see somebody with the biggest smile on their face, and they can be the one that struggled the most. And I always use my brother as an example, Liam. He always looked the happiest, but he was the one struggling the most. Yeah. So imagine somebody that's severely depressed, but they look happy on the outside, and then you tell them they look like shit.
It takes that one comment. Could be that, like I said, it could be that literally, they could have had 100 bad comments, but then they come back and they see that one comment and
tip them over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. It's an awful world we live in, the fact that when so many people are trying to do good things, and yet people still try and say negative things or bring you down. And I always just think to myself, if you see anybody, just try and pick them up.
Yeah.
In a world of adversity, just be positive.
I just can't not get my head round that people will pick the phone up.
Yeah, go out of the way.
They go out of the way to write something. I just can't get my head round it. Like, what is going through their head to...
Yeah.
And that's why I feel quite sorry for them, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Like, what's going on in your life? Like, how bad must your life be that you've actually got to take time out of your day?
Yeah.
Like you said, to get your phone out of your pocket, to scroll through Instagram, to then actually go out of your way to spend the time to type...
Click on comment.
To type something and type whatever it is you're going to type.
Yeah.
Like, I'll try and go out of my way to type positive things, but even at that, like, it's something I should be a lot better at, but I still forget. And I don't, not that I don't have time, because that's a shit excuse, but I just don't think about it sometimes. So to actually think about going on your phone to post something negative to somebody is absolutely ridiculous.
It's mad.
And I just think, how sad is your life that you've got to take time to do that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, some people are just... don't know, and it's quite sad, but I see it a lot of time. I know obviously people who on Love Island who come off who probably the public haven't agreed with. Like, I know people who have had death threats. I know people. I've seen comments, people saying, "Oh, I hope your plane crashes on the way home." Like, I've seen people show up, like people saying this to other people, and yeah, it just.
Do you think it's crazy how fixated people get on a program?
Oh my God, yeah. I think people see us as like characters. I think.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely.
But luckily, that other public and stuff's been so positive, obviously, to me and more. But yeah, you get the odd comment. But yeah, it's like, I think, where was that? I think I was walking somewhere and someone went, "Oh, Love Island." I turned around and I was like, "Are you mad? My name's Tom, mate." Like, do you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. But I guess that's what you get for going on a show. Like.
And I guess you knew beforehand that how things were going to change, and
I did, but not to that.
not to that extent.
No.
How have things changed from the first time you went on to the second time? Have they changed?
Yeah, I think for me it's when you walk in and people just stare at you. I think.
I said that downstairs. I said,
Yeah.
it's just about from Barnsley.
Yeah.
Don't be staring at
Yeah. But like I said, in the people coming up, and me and Mo was in Morrison's yesterday. What was it? I don't know. Tesco. Shout out to Tesco Morrison's. But we were just shopping. This woman walked past us and she went, "Oh, power couple, love you guys," and then walked off. And I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah. That's the shit that you need.
Yeah, but nah, like touch wood, we haven't had any bad interactions or anything. But it's just been more intense, and I think, especially obviously being with Mo, with our relationship's been so public. But now we kind of have it at our pace now.
Yeah.
Away from the cameras and stuff, but
Molly's a little bit older than you, isn't she?
she's just gone 30, yeah.
So I'm assuming she's got a mature head on her shoulders.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've not met her, but which you obviously have got older head on your shoulders than a normal 25-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's good that you've got that between you, because again, you know, when you don't have that head or you're not as mature as
Your partner.
maybe how you want to be.
Yeah.
One of you could go one way and the other could go the other way, but the fact that you stayed united together and you're smashing it, doing really well.
Yeah. I think more she found it tough. I think the age at first, that with the comments and stuff. But I was like, look, I can't change my age. Like,
It's not like you look like a 25-year-old, is it?
No. I just think she thought we was at different times of his lives, which I get from her point. But I was like, you'll soon realise, like, I want to be with you. I see a future with you. Like,
How long into the programme, into the series, was it when you thought?
She asked me, what were you going to say? She asked me something like, she went, "When did you first start to like me then?"
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
She asked me that last night. She actually did, I swear down. I was in bed, she went, I think to know, she went, "So when did you actually really, really like me then?" When was it? I think there was a time where did you watch the series?
I watched a few episodes. Yeah.
There's a lad called Joe Garrett. I'm good friends with him actually.
He's got long hair.
Yeah, he's a good lad. And I thought he was going to pick Molly, and then it was that part. I was like, "Fucking don't pick her! Like, please don't pick her."
Did you had a conversation with him about it? Did you say don't pick her?
Nah, 'cause I didn't want to come across like a freak. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, don't, do you know what I mean? But nah, I definitely thought we were going to pick, and it was at that point I was like, yeah, I actually really like this girl. So yeah, she actually asked me that question last night. It was just in bed. She went, "So when did you really like me?"
So you were together then quite soon in the programme, weren't you? In the series?
Yes, I think there was 10 days before I come in. I know she had a rough start and stuff in there, and I think she actually wanted to leave before I come in.
And then
Yeah,
big Tommy boy walked in.
Barnsley boy walked up. Come here, Mo. But yeah, she had a tough time in there, bless her. And then we've just gone from strength to strength. Like, don't get me wrong, at times, like, I think it's good, like, obviously you know me, how chilled out I am, and she has, bless her, she smashes it, but it can get a lot for her sometimes with the work and stuff, and like, I'm borderline horizontal, I'm so chilled out, so it's nice for her to kind of come to me for stuff like that. But,
brilliant.
Yeah.
No, that's good stuff, mate. I think as well, just going back to the whole Love Island situation, if you had somebody that was thinking about doing the programme, but had obviously seen some of the bad press, you know, very, very, very sadly, Mike that took his own life, Sophie, you know, what happened with Caroline Flack. you know, but then the experience that you've had,
Yeah.
is so positive. If somebody said to you, I've been asked to do Love Island, what do you think? What would you say to them?
I think I had kind of found myself before that. And I think if you've got any doubts about yourself, I wouldn't do it. I think you've got to know yourself before you do something like that, because there's no kind of words or explanation I can say that'll explain the whole experience. Like, it's an alien thing, especially when you're on there and you come out. There's nothing I can compare it to. It's crazy, but yeah, I just think if you know yourself, like I said, you are going to get the negative comments. You are, but I knew that before I came in. Then when you come out, it's like, fucking hell, this is a lot. But yeah, I just think if you need to be happy in yourself. I think that's the number one thing. I think if you're doubting anything, I wouldn't do it if I was you.
No, I think that's brilliant advice. What was it like then, you know, that second and first time when you'd obviously been secluded from the public, from real life for however long it was, and then you first get out, and then you don't have your phone in there, do you?
No.
So you get your phone, and like, you turn your phone on.
Oh my God. The second time, I mean, Molly come out, the first time was a lot, but the second time we turned his phone on with Anton. I think Anton went fucking live on Instagram or something. And me and Molly turned his phone on at the same time, and we watched it for a good minute, and it was just and we was like, whoa. And I was just like, I got my phone, rang the people I wanted to speak to, I cared about first, and then everyone else can wait. But just wanted to speak to my mum, my family, my friends, my sister, and then everyone else is gonna have to wait, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But it was a lot. There's nothing. But when you turn it on and you see Instagram, WhatsApp, like everything popping up, it's like, fuck me. So I had to put my phone just to the side.
Just take it all in.
Yeah. Even that night when me and Molly won, we before we got his phones back, we was laid on the bed with heads up and was like, we've just won Love Island, like, it's mad. I was like, yeah, what the hell? But it still feels like do you know what? We've actually just started watching it back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she made me watch it back. I'm kind of enjoying it to be fair.
Yeah.
But obviously, but yeah, there's it was mad. It was a mad experience. But like I said, best thing I've ever done.
What's next then? What's next on the agenda? Is there any more reality programmes that you're going to do? Is there? What's next for Tom Clare?
Obviously my football. I've gone back to that. I love, but obviously
Is that Macclesfield?
Yeah. Obviously the season's just literally finished. So I know all the lads were looking forward to a bit of a break and going on holiday, but I've kind of got my structure back now, and for it to end, I'm a bit gutted. But yeah, there's a few things lined up. Obviously, reality shows, not for me.
No.
But I'd like to do like other shows that test me, or like actually test me. I think like SAS or something like that, Celeb or something like that. Like, yeah.
If the producers are watching, SAS, get him on it.
Get me on. But yeah, would you do something like that?
SAS?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think
You should actually.
I think I would definitely give it a go. But my cardiovascular is absolutely shocking.
Is it?
Yeah, fucking hell, mate. 20 minutes on the Stairmaster does me.
Yeah, I think you'd be good on that.
Yeah, I'd love to. You know me, mate. I'm like you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm constantly trying to, grow and challenge myself and
That's what it's about.
push myself out of my comfort zone. I like to think that obviously the journey I've been through on, and
Yeah.
the tests that I've had,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of mental resilience.
Yeah.
But I definitely, 100%, if they asked me to go on, I'd give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who knows? I
can see you on that.
Yeah, we'll do it together. Imagine if we both got up.
We'll do it together, yeah.
That'd be class.
But yeah, now I've got some really exciting stuff. I'm going to Mexico, this big football tournament.
Is that with Macclesfield?
No. It's it's like a big World Cup five-a-side tournament.
Oh, man.
Like Aguero, Neymar, all them playing in it and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm doing that.
That'll be an experience.
And then obviously taking my family away to the Maldives for my dad's birthday. So
It's incredible, that.
yeah, like stuff like that. That's what I do it for. That's all the events and the work. To see your mum tear up like that, that's what I do it for. Yeah.
Amazing. Lovely. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, mate. I think to see how far you've come in a year, and just to see how grounded you still are and how humble you still are.
You see me when I was 14.
Yeah, you're still the same Tom that I knew at 14.
Yeah.
Just a good, genuine, nice kid. And I still love you, mate. You're a top boy. One last question before you go. With all the experience that you've gone through in the last few years, and the ego that you said at a young age, if you could go back to 18-year-old Tom, what would you tell him?
I'd say drop the ego. Yeah, 100% I'd say drop the ego. I'd say maybe I thought stuff would be given to me. I know in life nobody gives you anything. You have to go out there and you just have to know what you want. And I think, back then I didn't have that, but I'd definitely say drop the ego. If you want something, you have to give it 100%. I probably give it 70%. Like back then, I give it 70%. So you can't. It's anything that you do in life. You have to. If you want something that much, you have to give it your all. Because then, if you look at it, you don't get it. You're like, you didn't fucking give. Where's that 30%? You didn't give it, so you're not gonna get it. So I just think the main thing for me was drop the ego, 100%.
And I can see that that's definitely happened, mate. There's definitely no ego with you now.
No.
What did you say earlier? That chilled you horizontal.
Yeah, like I am. Like, I'm such a chilled out guy. Obviously stuff does bother me and get to me, but I try and hold it in and things like that. But then sometimes it does come out. So that's why I had my release in football, because that's when I fly through someone and get my aggression out or something. But
6'6", just ploughing through people on the pitch.
Yeah, sorry, pal, go again.
No, I love that, mate. And like I said, mate, I've got a lot of time for you. I love you to bits, and I appreciate your time on this podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Will.
Top man.